welcome to The Loop, where we talk all things health, wellness, and of course, Live Strong Woman. Now, last week I was talking about what makes a Live Strong Woman, and I'd like to share some of the comments that were left. We have Pasta and Pearls, who says, a Live Strong Woman sees each new day as a challenge and faces it with a gorgeous smile. I love that. We also have Inox55, who says, there are 3.5 billion women in the world, so there are 3.5 billion ways to be a Live Strong Woman. I love that one as well. Okay, and also we have Melinda MA96, who says, yes to the recipe. Now, if you saw last week's show, I was thinking, what am I going to do this week? And I thought, maybe I'm going to do my dad's homemade granola recipe. So, Melinda, MA96, because you said yes to the recipe, that's what I'm going to do. Let's get to it. So here we are in the kitchen. Woohoo! Okay, time to make some granola. Oh, okay, we are in the kitchen. Time to make some granola. Okay, so here we are. We have our nice deep large pan, 3 cups of rolled oats. I've got 2 cups of desiccated shredded coconut, 1 cup of raw sunflower seeds, 1/4 cup of sesame seeds, 1 cup of ground flaxseed. You can switch that out for wheat germ or what do you call it, bran. In 1/2 cup of honey, 1/4 cup of oil. I'm using olive oil, but you can use sunflower oil or vegetable oil, and about 1/2 cup of water. We're going to mix it all together and then we're going to pop it in the oven. I've got the oven preheated at about 280. You want it at a moderate heat. So I'm going to go ahead and get mixing. Okay. So we've got 3 cups of rolled oats, 2 cups of desiccated coconut or shredded coconut, 1 cup of sunflower seeds, 1/4 cup of sesame seeds, and then 1 cup of ground flaxseed. Half a cup of honey. You can use agave or maple syrup if you wish. That is 1/4 cup of oil, 1/2 cup of water. Then we're going to give it a really good stir. Do it that way, or keep it easy. Just give it a really good mix. Okay, so once you've given it a really good stir and you've made sure that everything's been coated, we're going to just pop it into the oven. Like I said, I've set the oven for about 280 degrees Fahrenheit, a nice moderate temperature there, and we're going to put it in for about 45 minutes. Now, we're going to go back I would say every 10 minutes or so, and make sure we give it a good stir and make sure it, cooks evenly. Okay. And because I do have ADD, I better set my alarm. 45 minutes. Just so I don't forget. Whilst that's cooking, I thought I'd take the opportunity to just say to you, obviously that's a really basic granola recipe, and it's a really good start for anyone who is doing it for the very first time. And you can just change it accordingly to your desires and needs. I don't know, all I know is that I'm getting really hot in here. My oven's on and it's like a sauna in here. Whew. Another 42 minutes to go. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. I'm now going to give it a stir. And off we go again, back in the oven. You hear that? It's ready. Bearing in mind, I just want to say that, hold on, let me turn this off. You don't necessarily have to wait for the full 45 minutes, because if you see it's getting golden brown, it's pretty much done. So just to give you a little recap, we combined all the ingredients, put it in the oven, we checked on it periodically, quite frequently actually, gave it a stir. You're looking at around 45 minutes. It may be slightly over, it may be under, but just keep an eye out, because as soon as it gets golden brown, then it's pretty much ready. I've now turned the oven off. I am gonna let it sit in the oven for, I don't know, maybe like 15 minutes. If you found that it's slightly more than golden brown, I would just leave the door open a little bit, let it dry out, and it all should be good. It should be fine. Okay. There we go, looking lovely and golden right there. So here we have it, a nice bowl of homemade granola, courtesy of my dad. Okay, oh, lovely. Delicious. I shouldn't speak with my mouth full, should I? My mum taught me better. Thank you for staying with me today. I hope you enjoy the granola, and let me know how you change it up. Let me know what you do to change up your granola. Okay, I'll see you all next week. Bye.